Hello, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Notary Titans. My name is Jen Neitzel. I am your host today, and I am so excited that you are here joining us for the longest running free coaching program in the notary industry. And if you are a new participant, an extra special welcome to you. I also want to say hello to anybody that is watching us on replay in on YouTube. Thank you for joining us and come back here anytime for a replay. All right, guys, this is your mastermind room full of experienced professionals and curious learners, and we are all here to help each other succeed. That's what you are stepping into by joining this call. TNT is a play-by-play of the notary business. We're here live every week to break down the plays, celebrate the wins, and coach you on the strategies that keep you and your business moving forward. Um, you may have some questions for us today, and that is exactly why we're here. Now, please understand we would prefer you to raise your hand, and you will find that raised hand function down at the bottom of your screen. If you are able to, sorry, if you are able to find that, locate it, you can raise your hand and get in line to have your questions answered. Nothing is off limits, but priority is given to raised hands, not questions asked in the chat. You can look at that chat to find out any of the rules that we have for the call and find out any, etiquette or announcements or anything like that that we're announcing. You will find all of that listed in the chat and any upcoming events that we talk about as well. Like I said, my name is Jen Neitzel, and I am joined today by the one and only Matt Miller with the California League of Independent Notaries. How are you today, Matt?
Good afternoon, Jen. Busy as always, but happy to join the call and looking forward to our questions today.
Yes, well, thank God you're here because it's you and I man in the ship today, Matt. So thank goodness you are here. If you could keep an eye on that waiting room for me, I just made you a
Yeah.
co-host. Thank you. I'm going to run through some more announcements while everybody's getting in and getting comfortable. I wrote a book and I want you to buy it. And then I really want you to go review it on Amazon. I know a few of you have purchased it recently. Thank you so much. I would really appreciate it. If you would take a few moments, go back to Amazon and leave me a 5-star review. It helps sell those books for me. Tickets are on sale now, you guys, for the 2026 National Notary Association Conference. Payment plans, and please listen clearly and carefully. Payment plans are available, but only if you purchase your ticket by the 24th, which is in 6 days. So we are in the final stretch, the last week, to take advantage of the payment plan. Last day to secure the payment plan is the 24th. A down payment of 195 is required, followed by 5 monthly payments of 111 for a total of 750 to allow you to capture the early bird pricing. That early bird pricing does end in January. Okay. We also have our friend Laura Bewer, who is normally here with me today. She is busy teaching for the National Notary Association this afternoon, but she has some incredible new videos that she's recently published. In fact, 33 of them that are advanced specialty notary work centered. All 33 1-hour videos are only $147 if you use the code coached at checkout, and the link is in the chat for you. Also, want to let you guys know if anybody on this call is not a certified notary trust delivery agent and would like to learn more about it, Laura and I are doing a sales webinar this Friday, the 21st. You can register for free in the chat. We will go through and share all of our tips and tricks with you for a successful estate planning career, give you an overview of the opportunity, and of course, make an offer for the certification program with guidance on how to use that in your business. Okay, those are all my announcements. Now, Matt, I know you have something coming up next week that I would love. Is it next week? Week
Next
after.
month.
Next month. Next month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yes, so we will have our monthly CLAN roundtable, and December's event is going to be pretty important because we're going to be talking about all the new laws that go into effect January 1 across the country, what you got to do to stay compliant, and any new opportunities that these law changes open up for you and how to leverage those opportunities. I put the link in the chat. If you have already registered for the monthly roundtable, don't worry, you'll get a reminder email that day. If you have not registered for this roundtable, please do so at the link in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you so much. The work you do, Matt, is so important. And I want to just remind everybody that the California League of Independent Notaries is not specific to California notaries. If you are interested in advocacy for the notary profession, you need to go check out the California League of Independent Notaries, and the information is in the chat for you. All right, guys, let's get to some questions today. Who wants to get us started? Who would like to raise their hand and ask us a question? Nothing's off limits, and you have Matt and I here today to answer anything for you. It's like we've got him fully trained, Matt. No questions.
We're just too good, I guess.
That's it. There's my friend Celicia. Hey, Celicia, what can we do for you today?
Hey, everybody. I am just back from the wedding MBA in fabulous Viva Las Vegas, Nevada, and it was incredible. It's not an expensive thing to go to. I mean, it's only like a couple of $100, like right now, if you sign up to go next year, and it's, almost 6,000 wedding professionals for everything wedding.
Mhm.
Wedding planners, wedding photographers, wedding officiants, and there are classes for all of these things. And I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I learned when I was there.
Fabulous. Love to
It
hear him.
seemed to be, the things that we really need to pay attention to is that Gen X, Y, and Z does not want to talk to you at all ever. They only want to text. So if you're not a texter, start practicing, get you a chat bot, find a way to text. You can get your little chat back up on your Google business profile and chat with people. So get your text going, get your text shortcuts going so that you can zip zap, because that's what they want. So
Mhm.
if you're not a texter, get used to it. Number two, and I don't know if Jen Cooper's in here today.
She is not.
She is not, but Jen Cooper is an AI expert, and I've just got another couple of little things. If you don't like Chat GPT, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you don't like it, because it is the way of the world. More people are now finding information on Chat GPT. They don't go to Google, they go straight to Chat. And so a couple of things that I learned about Chat that can help you. Number one, it loves lists. So go, and that's the other thing. Chat is stupid. It doesn't know anything. It only knows what you tell it. Okay. It only knows up to a certain period of time. It's like it's got its history book up to page 370, but the book's 500 pages long and the rest of the pages are blank. So you have to tell it. And you can go in there and you could write a list that says Rainbow Notary Nuptials Network in Jacksonville, Florida is a notary company who specializes in remote online notarizations, mobile notary, VIN verifications, jurats, oaths, weddings. But you just go in there and list the things you do in two places. Number one, find a place on your website that has lists of things you do. Number two, go to Chat GPT and create that list and say, to let someone know who's looking for a mobile notary in Jacksonville, Florida, we find this to be very helpful. And then you tell it, so that when someone's looking, it's going to find it. Number two, you're going to take your Google business profile reviews and you're going to upload it to Chat GPT. And you're going to say, these are reviews that were found helpful in the Google profile. If you're looking for a apostille agent, Google mobile notary, wedding officiant, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to go in there and you're going to copy and paste your Google reviews into Chat GPT. Enter.
Yep.
And one more thing, when you're actually just sitting there working on a little project, at the end, because the guy said this, he said, I hate to do this. At the end, I ask it questions and stuff, and I generally say thanks and please. Don't do that because it makes it go back and look at everything you've just written in that one little piece. So even though we're nice, nice people, not rude people, don't say thank you. So,
Well, the other thing about the please, the thank you, and all that in Chat GPT that I've noticed, and Celicia, I am by no means an expert, right? But the things that I've been reading about with how all this works with the data centers and everything, it's a waste. We're burning resources by using the fluffy words we don't need to use,
nope,
right? When
nope.
it comes to Chat GPT. Yeah, it's not like I think in the beginning we all thought put good in, get good out, and that's not how it works. It's predictive text technology that has been
Mhm.
around for years and years and years. Predictive text technology has been on our phones for quite some time. If you have an Android, you can just do the slide thing. That's a version of predictive text. And that's what AI is. And Celicia's absolutely right. We have to train it so it
And
knows how to
you got
answer.
Q&As, also your Q&As that you have on your Google Business profile. I was told that's going away. So all of those Q&As, make sure you put it over into Chat GPT, copy and paste it into Chat GPT.
Make it into an
These
FAQ section.
On your
FAQs, make an
website.
FAQ section. If you don't have an FAQ on your website, get one, but go into Chat GPT and drop those and say, these are some frequently asked questions that people find helpful when they're seeking a remote online notary, mobile notary, apostille agent, wedding officiant, courier, whatever you are, and drop it into Chat GPT. Also, Chat will also sometimes go in there and say, would you like would you like, and then you can go in there and say, create an image of remote online notaries in Texas. And it'll
Mm.
give you a little picture with a big old state of Texas in the background. Create a Google business profile, a post, create a LinkedIn post. You can tell it after you've given it this information, you can tell it to do these things for you.
Mm.
Also, one huge thing that I just found out yesterday on your Google business profile, you can now plan your posts. You can schedule your posts. So you can go in and say on December 1st, I want this. On December 5th, I want this. On December 10th, I want this. On December 15th, I want this. You can set up the posts and then they'll come out. I mean, I've been paying Plannable 20 something dollars a month to do the same thing. Now, minded, Plannable does it for LinkedIn and Google and, all my profiles and stuff. But Google Business Profile now has planned posts for your updates.
Very cool. Thank you for all of that update.
That's
I
all I got,
appreciate
man.
it.
And,
And
but I did get to see Wizard of Oz, which was unbelievable. And
I
Michelle
saw
Klempner and
that.
I went together, so it was like
I saw that.
fabulous, fabulous all the way around.
How was that? It was amazing
It
at
was
the theater.
amazing.
Oh,
I'll send you. I'll send you a little post. I'll send you the little post where it's snowing on Michelle.
oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
And
really, really great.
I wanted to direct you guys to, let's see, I'm trying to put something in the chat here. It's cool. Ooh, I don't know if that's right. So I know somebody asked in the chat while Celicia was talking about learning about ChatGPT. Someone asked in the chat if we could find a link to a program that would help explain it. And I can tell you, and Celicia, I know you've taken this course. Our friend Jen Cooper, who is normally here with us, but if you weren't here last week, you missed the announcement. She has accepted a job at the National Notary Association. She's working for them full time in their customer service department. So she will no longer be joining us on TNT because this is, part of her shift. More work for Matt. So um she does have an incredible beginner chat GPT course that is notary centered. So it will really help you um, get rid of that, I think, intimidation that people have. So I put the link in the chat to her website, and you can navigate to the courses page for that. I know that she's offering a Black Friday sale. Matt, do you know if it's happening now or if it's starting?
Let me check our notes and see what I can find.
But I know it's going to be Black Friday sale, and she's doing
Yeah.
60% off her courses. Guys, the course is already ridiculously affordable. So, um, if you are looking for a great notary-centered ChatGPT course, I highly recommend Jen Cooper's. You can find her information to her website in the chat. You'll need to navigate to courses from there. And of course, if Matt sees anything, he will about the sale. He'll update us in the chat for that. I'm just not quite sure where when it starts. And Melissa agrees that it was very informative. She did a great job on that. Miss Diana in Fort Worth has a question for us. Hello, Ambassador
Yeah,
Diana.
I'm excited. So, um, if you have not enrolled in that conference, please do. I know one of the speakers personally. Um, if you are interested in learning more about how to use your self-direct IRAs to help you become more financially secure, Dave Hens is the person to see at conference. And I got some more. I attended Inner Circle this Saturday, and I'm real excited. And my pal that just talked before me, she is absolutely right. If I can do Chat GPT 5, anybody can. I am
Right,
not the
girl.
techie in this group, and I'm having a ball with it. I attended a conference in Las Vegas, Florida. It's called AI for Business. They do a freebie online too, and David has more information. So if anybody direct message me, I can send you that link. $0, my favorite word, free. And um, but I've had personally used it. I gave it a list and or I asked it to make me a list to for some ideas, and so I'm having it create little colored graphics. I've been making some manuals because I'm handling some personal manners in my family. Um, I've had it upgrade some of my training stuff that I do with my personal students and whatnot. But your imagination is your limitation, so please don't let it be intimidating. And my biggest takeaway from that class was keep your sentences short, be direct, don't overwhelm it. But I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to use manners. I didn't know why sometimes it loops. I learned something new here too. So
Every
I'm
week
just
we learn something new, right?
yes, I mean it's just really going and whatnot. And I wanted to just wish everybody early happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Guys, we will. I know next week is Thanksgiving. Can you believe it already? Oh my God. So we will be having TNT next week on Tuesday, you guys, because I know some of you do work over the holiday. If it's necessary, we're going to go ahead and have TNT next week. And Diana, thank you for that endorsement for her class. It is a great Chat GPT course, and I think it's really common with any kind of new technology that it's intimidating and it's slow and it's clunky at first and it's uncomfortable. But like everything else, we have to get in there, mess around with it, get used to it. Get used to it. Okay, who else has a question for us about your business or about the art of being a mobile notary? Hi, Faith in Texas.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So I just wanted to shout out to Matt for inviting us to that event this weekend. It was a powerful weekend. And I'm looking at Melissa, the legalese lady. I'm looking at her documents to the letter, the service industry or something like that for attorneys. But I just wanted to say that. And what do you call it? The citizens, something about the citizens that you need to pay attention to.
Sovereign citizens.
That was diabolical. That was a powerful session too. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, Matt. Thanks for inviting us to that.
You're welcome, and thanks for everyone's participation in the Notary Public Day extravaganza hosted by the New York Notary Alliance. It made Marcy's event very successful, and I attended several sessions myself. And you know, we all take it for granted because we just show up and it's free. But to put on these type of events, it is a huge undertaking. So if you did attend and you enjoyed it, please reach out to Marcy Tiberio, let her know. That way we can do this again next year.
Yeah,
So
I've heard some incredible I wasn't able to attend this weekend, but I've heard some incredible things about some of the sessions. I have a little FOMO that I missed out, but I am thrilled that we were able to bring that to the TNT audience, and hopefully you guys, a lot of you guys got to attend.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Wendy, what can we do for you today? Wendy, you're on mute.
Am I unmuted now?
There you are. Hi, Wendy.
Hi everyone, how are you?
Great.
I
Remind me where you're calling from.
I am calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, the ATL. What can we do for you
Yes,
today?
ma'am. All right, so I am new as a mobile notary, just starting out.
Welcome.
Thank you. So I'm looking for advice. I'm feeling honestly, Jen, like a fish out of water. I'm just so overwhelmed right now.
Sure.
Um, don't know how to market myself. I don't know, how I can drum up business. Um,
Hmm.
so I'm just totally feeling like, okay, maybe this is not something I should be doing, but I know it is. So I just need to get my legs up under me and just figure out
Sure.
a way to get out there and get business.
You are in the right spot. I'm happy to help you with that. So tell me first, Wendy, you're new. So welcome to the business. You're going to love it. Um, what is your area of specialty? Are you focusing on general notary work? Are you focusing on loans? Are you focusing on estate plan as you're starting out? What is the thing that you're focusing on?
Yeah, I am focusing on, I think I want to focus on estate planning. So I did sign
Smart.
up for you and
Laura.
Laura's, yes, Laura's course.
Cool.
So I'm taking that now. And I think right now I'm at module 3 or 4. I don't know offhand.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's where I want to focus. I know a lot in that, and I'm trying to get to be certified as a trust delivery agent. So that's where I am
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this moment.
So
Um,
the certification right off the bat is going to help you with your marketing materials when you get that badge, once you pass
okay,
the test, and you can take that test as many times as you need. It's just our
okay,
way of making sure that you do know the material. And you've picked the right place to start. I ask that question of people now, where are you starting? What's your focus? Because the lift, the things you need to do to get your name out there in your community in the loan signing space is a lot harder than it is in the estate planning space, just because of, what's happening in the world right now.
yeah,
So it's really, your timing could not be better because we are, as we move through 2026, releasing even more. We're redoing our marketing materials in the CNTDA program. So we're releasing even more marketing support through the 5 point marketing system for CNTDAs. So your timing on this is perfect because you're going to be in on the ground floor of that.
okay,
And part of that is step one is already in the modules themselves for you when you get there. So your question is one that I could literally, Wendy, take 3 and 4 hours to answer, telling you everything you need to do to get set up for your business. But in the interest of time, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. I want you to keep coming back to this call every single week. Every single week, I want you showing up and listening. Even if you're doing other things, just keep listening because it's going to keep this business in the forefront of your mind and you're going to learn. I have been in this business since 2017 and I show up to this call every week and I still learn stuff. It's so cool. So make sure you are here every single week and you're getting that base education. Obviously, everything you're taking in with the program inside the CNTDA community, you know, absorbing all of that and then following the plan that we laid out for you inside of there. Learn how to leverage your certification and use it. The truth of the matter is, you guys, certifications are not required to do, for loans or for estate planning. They're not required. They are available to show that you have invested more in your business and you are investing and learning more about that particular line of business's focus. And so it's very impressive to those attorneys. So make your business a priority. And by doing that, and what I mean by that is stay consistent with it because Wendy, you feel overwhelmed today. I've been doing this since 2017. I'm overwhelmed every day. That's just the reality of being an entrepreneur. Have you ever been an entrepreneur for anything before?
No, this is
Okay.
first time.
It's going to test you in ways that you didn't even know were possible. But that's a good thing, right? Um, the best advice I can give you, come to this call every week, stay consistent, meaning it's going to be tempting to turn on Netflix and watch your shows, and it's going to be tempting to take a nap. I fight that every day. And it's going to be tempting to, oh, need to do laundry. Oh, need to run to the grocery store. Oh, got to do this. It's tempting, but you have to keep the focus on your business and handle today's mess today instead of worrying about tomorrow's mess today. So I know that's very broad, but there are detailed ways to build that marketing system, and you are about to get to them inside the 5 point marketing system.
Okay.
We give you anytime access so you can go back over and over and over again
Okay.
and read that. Um, oh, sorry, Patrick. Patrick caught my attention. Um, to calendar block and put this call on your calendar. Yes, make sure you're doing something for your business every single day. You know what, guys? We have some really there's some very successful notary entrepreneurs on this call, Wendy. I am going to ask each of you, everybody on this call, there is 64 people on this call. I want to see 64 amazing pieces of advice for Wendy. Let's flood Wendy with good advice starting off her notary business. What's the one thing you wish someone had told you? Let's tap into our
Mm,
community here. What is the
mm.
one thing that you wish someone told you when you were starting off as an entrepreneur in your business? Put that in the chat and let's help Wendy um, get over that overwhelmed hump. Or maybe the word isn't get over it. Maybe it's just get used to it.
It
I think that might
does
be
not feel so overwhelmed.
sure. Oh, listen, Wendy, being an entrepreneur is the hardest thing you're ever going to do. It's no joke. It's hard. It requires discipline and things from inside of you that you didn't even know you have. So it's also an amazing learning experience about yourself. But any questions that you have, my one bit of advice for you in the beginning, since everybody's going to be offering you advice in the chat, my one piece of advice, besides what I already said, is this. If you keep it, go to Target or Walmart or wherever, Walgreens, and get a little spiral bound notebook. And
Okay.
every time you have a question, I want you to carry that notebook with you everywhere. Every time you have an idea or you have a question, I want you to write it down
Okay.
and bring it here. And we will answer those for you every single week because
Okay.
that's the phase you're in. It's mostly all questions right now and trying to figure this out, right? Um, and you're in that learning phase. So continue down that path and don't take too much on because you got a ways to go still, right? You're at the beginning of
Mhm.
your journey. But take a look at all the good advice that you have. Look at this chat. You're
Yeah, it's
getting
lighting up.
you are
Wonderful.
getting some great advice. My favorite, of course, Melissa Dominguez says, do it scared. The signers don't know. It takes time to develop relationships. Great advice. Let's see what else. Mistakes are going to happen, and there is a lot to know. If you make mistakes, nobody dies. I love that. Do everything you can to correct, learn from your mistakes, and carry on. That's exactly right, Jay Wade. I love it. Mistakes happen. Oh, Carol said, buy my book. Thank you, Carol. I did not pay her to say that. Um, check out the chat. You're going to have a big long list and make a list of at what this advice is because like I said, there are some very successful notary entrepreneurs on this call and you can learn from them.
And okay, and I just and I'm reaching out to them as well. And if you want to send me a chat or something, please do so. If you think of something
Yeah,
that
Wendy,
can help me,
you're
I
welcome
would
to
be
put your
greatly appreciated.
contact information in the chat, honey, if you want to do that. If anybody feels compelled to reach out to you with some great advice, or maybe there's a notary in the Atlanta area that would like to connect
Mm,
with Wendy.
if-
Referral partnerships are so important. And finding those notary friends. I know you've got a few of them in your area. What part of Atlanta are you in?
I am in the Sandy Springs, Dunwoody area.
Yeah, my ex-in-laws live there. Um,
Hell, uh-oh.
my kids were both born in Atlanta.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, one in Lawrenceville and one in at Northside in Buckhead. So not far from you
My
at all.
area.
Yeah.
Not far. Nope.
No. But keep coming back to the call and heed the
Okay.
advice of everybody that they're giving you because you are getting some warm fuzzies right now coming your way, girl. And we're all here to help support you through your journey. And don't ever be afraid. No question is off limits, and don't ever be afraid to ask one. Get that notebook out every week and bring it here and ask your questions.
Okay. And Jen, just one more thing before I let you go. I know with the delivery trust agent certification, just from the modules that I've completed thus far,
Mhm.
it they seem to focus on marketing to attorneys.
Mhm.
So if I kind of want to put that to the side and maybe see if I can garner business just going into like hospitals or hospice or nursing homes, just
Sure.
doing stuff before partnering with an attorney.
Mhm.
Is that something that you will give advice on later on through the
That is
course? Or
entirely up to you. It is
okay,
entirely up to you what line of business inside the CNTDA program you want to pursue. If you want to put the attorneys on standby for a while and focus on care facilities and medical facilities, that's totally
right,
fine. How
okay,
it is your business and you are the CEO and you get to make those decisions. I am of the belief system that it's better to stick with one thing at a time in the beginning. Otherwise, the overwhelm you feel right now is going to, multiply exponentially by the more you take on.
okay,
So slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. So
oh,
set your intention every day and show up for your business every day. Be consistent and heed the advice that everybody's got in the chat for you. We could almost write a book. All this great advice. My
I
goodness.
think actually you should think about putting something together from this list. You know what I
This is
mean?
a
For like us
great
new
list.
notaries.
I'm gonna
Yes,
I'm gonna have to figure out a way to include this list in the replay somehow.
that would be
Um,
wonderful.
I want to check in with Matt though. Matt, where's Matt?
Yes.
Hey, do you have any advice for Wendy starting out?
Yeah, I mean, I think all those are pretty important things. And yes, you're at that part right now where your mind is racing, and that's great. That's a lot of enthusiasm and motivation. Run with it. But try not to let it run away with you because at the end of the day you're going to do this stuff one thing at a time,
Mhm,
one day at a time, and
mhm.
over the course of many days and many weeks and many months and many years it'll all become very routine for you. But as Jen said, we're all entrepreneurs. We all are going to face new situations from time to time. I had one today and I was a little bit frazzled for a minute, but hold it back together and here I am. So enjoy your journey because it is, not just about making money. It's about growing yourself and growing your career. So it can be very life changing for you. Any number of people on this call right now will tell you the same thing.
Okay, great.
What a
All right.
great
Well, thank
question, though, Wendy. And I'm sorry we weren't more detailed with you. If you are looking, guys, for targeted marketing advice, because I know not everybody has taken marketing classes. Not everybody understands, these marketing concepts. Please go check out my business webpage, Marketing for Notaries. That's exactly what we teach you is how to utilize my 5 point marketing system to help you build those relationships. Because the one thing I've learned since 2017 when I started in this business is this. Um, you never know. You don't know what you don't know, right? So
Right.
you need to make sure that you are doing everything you can in your power to um, keep the discipline at the forefront because this business is gonna change you in ways. This being an entrepreneur, it's not just this industry, it's any entrepreneurial endeavor is gonna change you in the most amazing ways. I mean, I don't know about you, Matt, but when I think about myself in 2017 versus the 2025 version of me, like, wow, what a
Oh
difference.
yeah. Way different person, way better person, I would say.
Yes.
Myself and most people I know who I've seen go from starting line to where they are today.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up, Wendy. That was a great discussion, and I look forward to seeing you back here next week.
Yes, thank you all. I appreciate your time.
Have a great week.
You too.
Batiste Notary, are you there? Can you hear? You're on mute.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm driving. I was trying to look at
That's
the road.
okay. Well, safety first. Safety first.
Okay. My little tip is I know somebody probably put it in there already, but make sure you know your notary laws in your state.
Yes.
That's the biggest one in your codes. My question is, okay, so this is my first year getting ready to do taxes.
Okay.
So I wanted to know if I should am I doing my taxes with my personal or do I have to do it separately? I do have an LLC that I started in the middle of the year. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I'm sorry. Say that question again.
Okay, my taxes. I'm talking about taxes.
Uh-huh.
Um, am I supposed to do my taxes with my personal taxes or to do it as the separately? I think they said something about a Schedule C with my personal taxes, or how do I do taxes basically for my
So,
business?
Matt and I are not tax experts.
I'm
Um, I have to say this because I don't want anybody to think that, I don't know enough about taxes to really be passing this on. I strongly recommend locating somebody that is a tax planner or strategist in your area. It looks like you have an LLC. Is that
yes.
correct? So
Uh-huh.
the normal procedure in that situation is yes, it's filing a Schedule C on your personal tax return um, that you would attach to your personal tax return that lists out your LLC and your expenses, your income and your expenses. So that would be the basic way of doing it with an LLC. But I don't know what all of your personal tax things are if you have, there's
Yes,
other personal tax stuff. So that's why I'm saying like it's
yes.
really best. I don't know what stage of life you're in, if there's savings somewhere for you. It's really a good idea, you guys, to make an appointment with a tax strategist if you're concerned, not necessarily a tax preparer, but a tax strategist, which a lot of tax preparing offices have. Matt, what do you have to say?
Yeah, even if I was a tax professional, from the situation you've described, they're probably going to come back with you with multiple options, right? There are lots of different ways to file taxes with an LLC. And it sounds like you had the LLC only for about half of the year. So, what about the first half of the year? You have a very unique situation, so there is no straight answer on this.
Yeah, and I put you on mute. I'm sorry, just I was getting a bunch of weird feedback from your line there. But yeah, Matt's right. I really um because we want you to do it the right way, sometimes we don't know the answer to that. And it means that we're going to refer you out. But look up tax strategists near me and for wherever city you're in and see if you can find somebody that will do it for an affordable price and help you set up the best tax situation for you and your family because everybody's situation is very different. And that's where that's where their strategies that they've learned over time can come in. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Just one more
Yeah.
question. Are there any tax preparers that specialize in notary that you know?
Most
That
of it, no, no, you're not going to see that. In fact, you're probably going to have to talk to your tax preparer and let them know, your tax strategist, and let them know that you are a notary and that you have the ability to, and please hear what I'm saying here. You have the ability in the IRS law as a notary to not pay self-employment taxes on your stamp income only. It is not all your income, it's just what you make from stamping, the $10 or whatever it is. And you don't have to pay not taxes, but not self, you don't have to pay self-employment taxes on those. So you will have to notify your tax strategist of that. Let them look up the law at the IRS and they will know how to proceed forward. It's no different than if you are like a, what's somebody else they do this for, Matt? Help me out.
There's only two, clergies and
Clergy.
notaries.
Thank you. Yeah. Clergy and notaries.
But even with this special deduction for notaries, it may not be beneficial to you. You need someone to really look at your numbers because
Yeah.
sometimes it works out for you, sometimes it doesn't. Just because it's available doesn't mean you should exercise it. So
That's
that's why it's
exactly.
very difficult to advise anyone on tax strategy, even when you're a tax advisor, because they need to know every detail about your life.
Yeah. They got to get in there and poke around. Before they find out. But it is a great way to set you up for success from the
Yep.
very beginning. Will you have to pay for these? Probably. You have to pay for their time. Is it a worthwhile investment? Um,
Yep.
yeah, when it's when you're talking about keeping the IRS from auditing you, yeah, it's a worthwhile it's a worthwhile thing for you to do. We all need to kind of make those sacrifices with our businesses, right, Matt? And
Yep.
pay for the boring things sometimes, right? Thank you for bringing that up. That was a great question. And Brian in California has one for us. Hey, Brian. Brian, you are on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
I have a quick question about the tax thing. What do you look into a tax professional? What should I be looking for a tax professional? What kind of things should I be looking at?
I would say instead of Googling tax professional, I would Google tax strategist or business tax strategist. Um, you could be more specific and say LL if you have an LLC tax strategist. Um, there's a difference between a preparer, someone who just prepares taxes, may or may not be able to sit down and give you advice based on your situation. So start with a tax strategist, make the appointment with them, and they will have a whole, like mine sent me this 30-page questionnaire that like took forever to fill out, but all the detailed questions and all of the information allowed her to um, set me up in a way that makes my business better for me and my family, right? And the tax write-offs better for our situation. So I would say strategist is one of the key words that you want to use versus preparer. And then beyond that, Brian, I'm going to give you the same advice I give anybody that's shopping for somebody in a service-based business, which they are. And that is find somebody you feel comfortable talking to, you feel comfortable telling the truth to, because you're going to have to, and that you feel is, you're getting a warm fuzzy that they're, going to help you. It's not the least expensive option. It's not the most expensive option, right? It's just the one that you've interviewed three or four people and then pick the one that you think you feel the most comfortable with. And there is nothing wrong with interviewing service professionals before hiring them. Matt, do you have anything that you want to add?
Yeah, that was a really good suggestion in the chat. SCORE, your
Oh,
local
yes.
SCORE office often has great resources for small business individuals, including CPAs and financial advisors and tax attorneys and that sort of thing. So check that out and see if they can, find someone for you.
Yeah, the SCORE Foundation is fantastic, Brian, and their resources more often than not are free. Doesn't mean they're going to give you tax planning advice for free, but they'll help push you in the right direction on who to find. And I think every state has, like, you're in Northern California, aren't you, Brian?
Yes.
Yes. So, have you ever worked with your SCORE Foundation up there?
I have in San Francisco. Yeah.
Yeah. Look into them, Brian, and they might,
Okay.
yeah. And for all of you guys, if you're looking for free business resources, I highly recommend the SCORE Foundation in your city. They're run by, large metropolitan areas. Um, Actually, Celicia was the one that introduced me to them years. I still get Jacksonville Score Foundation emails advertising their services, even though I'm in Dallas. But they do a wonderful job of helping people like us, small business owners, figure out these big, complicated questions that we need to figure out. So that's exactly what they're for. Great suggestion, Matt. Thank you. Okay, guys, who else has any questions? We have about 15 minutes left. Matt, I want you to do me a favor while we're waiting for someone to ask us a
Sure.
question. You made a purchase last year he's like, I did. Oh no. You made a purchase last year of an estate planning list that
Oh,
is
right.
tied to your membership for the California League of Independent Notaries. And guys, please remember, you don't have to be a California notary to join. It's for advocates all over the country. But Matt, will you tell us about this estate planning list and what it's for?
Absolutely. So one of the many paid member benefits of being a CLIN member is access to our estate planning contacts list, which is a list of over 1,100 different individuals who are in the estate planning arena all across the country. So it could be attorneys, paralegals, estate planning firms, legal document preparers, all of these types of people who are in the estate planning arena specifically who want to be marketed. They want people to reach out to them with their services, and particularly notaries, because what we're finding more often than not in the estate planning business, you may be in California, but you're serving clients all across the country. And so you need a trust delivery agent in those areas to see the individuals in those areas to get their documents signed and notarized and sent back. So it is a great feature. A lot of notaries have made a lot of contacts and continue to do so. And this is something that we really pride ourselves in giving back to members so they can help build their business and therefore remain members. And the more members we have, the more things like this we can do. In fact, next spring we will be refreshing this list
Oh,
as it grows. So
I didn't know that.
uh,
That's exciting.
yeah, well, so check that out. calnotaries.org/join are all of our membership levels.
And
So
it's
in
in the
addition to
chat for
having
everybody.
yeah, in addition to having that, you get to help support our mission, which is to make notaries' voices heard on policy decisions that affect you and your business.
And this is a nonprofit business, guys. This
Yes,
is not, yeah, this Matt isn't like
I
paying.
work for free. It is fully nonprofit. Member dues really go towards things
Yeah,
like member benefits and keeping the website up and all of
advocacy. Yeah,
all the advocacy, because lobbying costs money.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so
Yes, it
check us
does.
out, and hopefully you'll consider joining. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll put my phone number in the chat.
Awesome. And Carol has a request for you in the chat as well, right above that.
Ah,
So, and while you are looking at that, I'm going to go to Michelle, who has a question for us. Hi, Michelle. Where'd she go? Michelle, you're on mute.
All right, there we go.
There she
I,
is. Hi.
I'm on. Hi, I'm on the road, but I stopped for gas. So, um, I'm actually on my way to a seller signing. I'm in Washington,
Uh-huh.
and the property's in Arizona, so they have the substitute 1099-S form. But on the second page, it's the legal description. And I've never seen this. Just below the legal description, they have accept and approve. Is that for the seller to sign? It doesn't have names or.
Oh, do you, I would think so, but Matt, do you know for Arizona? I don't know off the top of my head for Arizona, the legal description.
Describe the form in a little bit more detail to me.
Basically, it's that um, the first page, it's the substitute form 1099-S. It's proceeds from real estate transactions.
Okay.
Um, and it's the seller that's signing. So that first page he's signing and dating, and then they attach that legal description of the property.
Mhm.
And then below that, for this title and escrow agency, they have it accept and approve. And I didn't
Yeah,
know
that's for
that's for.
internal use.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
so, but I just hadn't seen that before.
Yeah, it's not on every one. Some title companies have different internal compliance, quality, and control measures, so they'll check different documents different ways. But if you ever see that, it's generally for internal use.
Okay, good. Okay, I just appreciate that. Thank you.
Awesome question. Thank you, Michelle, for bringing that up. And oh, somebody else had their hand up and I lost them. Let's see. Ah, Carol. Hi, Carol.
Hey, I just want to comment because you won't do it. Wendy, buy Jen's book
Thank you.
because you will not say it. And that book takes you start to finish. It's a great companion to the rest of the stuff that you're doing with the Marketing for Notary series and the CNTDA.
Yeah,
It's
thank you.
awesome. I
Thank
use it a lot. I refer back to it a lot. So it's worth whatever. I don't even remember what I paid for it. Doesn't matter.
24.99.
24.99. It's worth it.
24.99.
Thank you for that's the shameless plug for today.
Thank you for the shameless plug. I appreciate it so much. Oh, look, Melissa's got hers out, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited to have that book out in the world. Actually, I'm so excited to be done writing that book. Now I get to appreciate the book and and get it in everybody's hands. So thank you for that, Carol. And yes, the book is I was actually looking for the link so I could put it back in the chat. The book is an excellent guide, Wendy, through basic marketing procedures. So I definitely recommend checking that out. Let me put it in the chat for you. There you go. All right. Who else has a question for us before we wrap up today? Last call. We had a big crowd today, Matt, but they were kind of quiet, huh?
I know. No one has any other things to share or any kind of questions to ask. While we're waiting, I'm going to get ready to do our wrap up. I'm going to read from our book we normally read from on Saturdays.
Oh,
Oh, there's Joanne.
am I putting you on the spot today to close
I
us
was getting,
out?
I'm,
That's
be,
what I heard.
I'm getting prepared.
That's what I heard. Hey, Joanne, what's your question today?
Hi everyone. Matt, any
Yeah.
word on the passport agent training thing? I know there's
No,
no.
no,
Okay.
nothing from the State Department. And those of us that are kind of in the policy world, we're kind of remarking to ourselves. And since, the State Department has moved to this online renewal system, I kind of think that's where they're putting their resources.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can renew a currently expiring passport or one that has expired within the last 5 years completely online now. Well, and you can upload your own picture and everything. So that I think is going to alleviate a lot of people going to see passport agents.
Gotcha. Okay. Appreciate that. I wish they would change the form though, so we don't have to attach for the
I know.
marketing.
Yeah, look, the general counsel of the State Department is very much aware of this problem. So maybe in next year's version, they'll change it back to a jurat.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Joanne. And Larry, you have a question for us?
Yes. Matt and I actually were talking about this a couple of weeks ago about a ID scanning program for,
Hmm.
especially we here in California because we've had a change to our to the way our IDs look. And he threw it back in my court and told me to see if I could find one because the two that he recommended weren't doing what we thought they were going to do. And I've been looking, haven't been able to find anything. Well, I have a couple of possibilities I'll tell you about later, Matt. So my
Okay.
question is, anyone have any idea of a program or an app that you can put on your phone that will scan the barcodes on IDs and sort of check the information to see if it's correct, preferably free? I found one that seemed to be for free, but I can't make it work, and one that seems to do what we want, but it costs like $40 a year. So that was it. Just anybody have any suggestions?
I don't, but if anybody does have any suggestions, you are welcome to put those in the chat for Larry. Larry, do you use the Notary e-journal as a scanner, or that's not what you're talking about? You
No,
want to make you want
this
to
would
make
be
sure
for
the license is
someone.
valid, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so Jurat Inc. does that. But what if you're a person who uses a paper journal who
Yeah.
was wondering if there was an external app that would do a similar functionality? And I thought I had found a couple, but I didn't really have time to play with them. So there are some out there, but I think that getting that for free is probably slim possibility.
I can't imagine somebody would put that information out there for free. Like that just seems
I know there's some title companies that are now requiring this, but they have their own
they
internal
have their own
system set up.
internal. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Larry, good luck. Keep us posted. And if anybody knows, Carol has something in the chat for you too. If anybody knows anything else, throw that up in the chat for Larry. And speaking of Carol, let's bring it home, Carol. What you got?
Um, Matt, I don't know if you saw the bulletin that came from the NNA today about the notary that got fined $600,000
Oh yeah, I reported on this in
for
our,
unauthorized legal advice.
yeah, I reported on
Uh,
this in our November roundtable.
okay,
And it,
any thoughts on this, or what do we need to look out for? And what were some of the what put this person over the edge?
yeah. So this person had been offering legal advice based around immigration and immigration documentation. And been they had been warned and fined before. And let's see, I'm just looking at my notes. So then in September, the city attorney's office brought a case against him because he had been doing it again and again and again, and they set up a sting operation and found him to be continuing to offer legal advice without being a licensed attorney. And so all the counts and all the fines ended up being a roughly $600,000. He's also barred from doing any kind of immigration work until 2032. And we'll see if he lives by those judgments because he's been fined before and continued to offer immigration services without being licensed to do so. But this is a very specific situation. I think most of us are not offering immigration services or immigration advice or filling out immigration forms There's very few states that offer a program for this. California is one. It's called the Immigration Consultant, but it's very expensive to get into. And the fees are restricted on what you can charge per set of forms. So I don't think that this is a widespread issue, but here in California, it is a pressing issue because we do have the immigration consultant program and we do have a large immigrant population who are often scrambling to get their paperwork in order. They can't afford an attorney because attorneys are going to charge them several $1,000s to do the same thing that an immigration consultant can do for several hundred. But there's very few of those individuals available. And so this gentleman is a very prominent member of the immigrant community here in San Francisco and uh, kind of set himself out as the go-to guy for all things. And, there was in the case file, they named at least two people that were deported because of errors he made on their immigration document. Others were fine, their cases were delayed.
Oh,
So he really was causing due harm to the public.
Wow.
okay. Well, I know they passed a law here in Florida about the advertising. And I imagine it went to potentially to that case that had been hanging out there.
Yeah, we've had that
Because
same
we
law for
have, of
many
course, a
years.
lot of immigrants here in our state.
Yeah.
Um, and you can't advertise that you can fill out. So it's really centered not so much about him being a notary, but that he presented himself to help them with their immigration paperwork other than just notarizing it
Yes.
what it sounds like. So as long as we're just notarizing it, we're not validating anything that's inside of the what they're putting on there, which I know is a huge issue all the time. How do I fill this out? And I'm like, I don't know. You need to talk to someone else. We don't do that. I think I just wanted to make sure that was really he was doing that on forms. So as long as we're just saying we're notarizing, just doing the regular notary work and not filling out the forms and helping them do anything like that, we should be in good. And then in case of Florida, we can't advertise it. That was the big people were evidently advertising because of the similarity with the
It's
wording, because a notary public in
the
Puerto
term
Rico,
notario
for
publico.
example, is an attorney.
Correct. Yeah, you can't use the word notario publico because that means something entirely
Right,
different
because it needs something
than a
different.
U.S. attorney. But he was picking forms, telling what to put on the forms, all the things you should
Wow.
be doing. But you can still, as a notary, notarize those documents so long as the notarization meets all the legal requirements of your state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for that. Thanks for that final question today, Carol. I appreciate it so much. Guys, don't forget, we're going to hang up here in a second. There's going to be a little Zoom screen that pops up that's going to ask you to fill out a survey. It'll take you less than 3 minutes to fill out, but it helps us know how to shape this call in the future and what you need. So I would be very happy if you would take that survey. And because I heard Matt give me the go ahead, I am going. I am letting him close us out today. Matt?
Okay, it's just maybe 3 minutes. So we read from on Saturdays from a book called Boldly Going on Your Inner Voyage, Daily Meditation Manual by Mark Haskett. Today is November 18th, and today's entry is you choose your enemies, you choose your friends, but your family, that's in the stars. Chief O'Brien, The Carious Factor, Stardate 42686.4. In one sense, O'Brien's claim seems to contradict other advice you'll find in his manual. Haven't we implied that each of us defines family for ourselves? Isn't our support network and the spiritual tradition we align ourselves with, which we choose, our family too? Of course, but biology is still at our core. Every species has its blood relations. Even with genetic engineering, we cannot change our heritage, nor should we try. The universe does not toss us into biological units haphazardly. There is meaning and reason for this specific mother and father, the brother or sister, this uncle, and that grandmother. or sometimes the lack of them. For O'Brien, in the stars is shorthand for acknowledging just how important these relationships are, not merely in terms of our physical existence, but for our spiritual growth. At some point in our lives, it's not uncommon to wish we could replace this biological unit with a different one. But these most intimate relationships, as difficult, as confrontational, and yes, even abusive as they may be sometimes, are those we are destined to learn from most. By facing both their pain and their joys, we take on a heritage beyond biology as deep as boundless spirit. I accept the family locked into my chromosomes. I unlock my spiritual self by learning the lessons only these relationships can teach me. And
Mm,
that is today's reading.
I love
See you
it.
next week, guys.
Have a great week, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.